And welcome back. I'm Ed Gargas alongside my good friend Kevin Bishop for YHC TV. We're getting ready to see game number 25, or 23. 25, 23, yeah. 25. I guess it's 25.
Somewhere along the lines.
If I could read Tyler's writing a little bit better, it'd help. But game 25, the third place game of this year's Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. It ought to be an exciting game as we have the number 4 seeded South Pemiscot Bulldogs going to go up against the number 2 seed Hayti Indians. And Hayti, now granted they had the day off yesterday, but bouncing back. We'll see how well they bounce back after a heartbreaking loss there in the last 4.6 seconds to the Bernie Mules in the semifinals the other night, Saturday night. So here it looks like we're going to have a national anthem. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back following the national anthem. And just an outstanding rendition of God Bless America. And so here we go with the starting lineups. Visiting team will be the Hayti Indians. They'll be in the black uniforms. Number 1, 5A senior, Kenyatte Brooks. And Brooks has just had an excellent tournament so far, Kevin.
Yeah, he has.
Number 21, 6'2 senior, Cedric Harris. Number 32, the 6'4 junior, Brandon Burden.
Burden's a fun player to watch too, Ed.
And number 35, the 6'1 senior, Demetrius Luster. And then number 45, 6'6 senior, Frankie Burden Jr., older brother of Brandon. In between, you know, that front line of Luster, Burden, is as tough as it's going to get in this tournament.
Oh, it is. I mean, you know, when those guys come alive, I mean, they can put some points up and put them up quick.
And Jarvis Johnson, number 1, junior. And number 12, Anthony Primer, the senior. And number 15, Jacob Trammell, the senior. 5'9 senior, number 24, Anton Wilburn. And then number 34, Contrell Johnson, the junior, will be your starters for the South Pemiscot Bulldogs. They'll be the home team tonight in the white jerseys.
Well, Ed, if you like a run and gun type game, this is going to be one of those, I think. It's going to be exciting, up and down.
You bet Trammell is an excellent three-point shooter, but Burden Jr., he's just exciting to watch on both ends of the court. He's just so disruptive on the defensive end, and he's so talented on the offensive end. And a couple of nights ago against Dexter, found himself with 2 fouls about less than 2 minutes into the ball game and really sat the whole first half. And then as we came back that second half, well, everybody kind of who was watching could tell the difference. But there, number 12, Primer controls the tip as he's a leaper for the Bulldogs. Here we have Johnson working against Brooks and Harris. Luster comes out, double teams, gets it into number 12, Primer. Rebound, number 1, Johnson. And then Contrell Johnson, he's got a nice three-pointer shot also. A little lazy on that one, but Luster now to Brooks. And Brooks to shoot the three, count it.
You know, and there were quite a few people that thought Hayti could possibly run away with this tournament, even though they come in as the number 2 seed. So
Trammell alone underneath, but can't handle the pass. Luster pushed the ball down for the Indians, looks to drive the lane, dumps it over to Burden.
Good look there by Luster.
You know, in Hayti, Pressberry coming off the bench, also Riddick. They're really about 7 deep. And when Riddick and Pressberry are in, you don't really see any drop-off of talent for these Indians. Wilburn now, guarded by Brooks. Primer the turnaround, or excuse me,
nice turnaround jumper.
Count it. Brooks, Luster, a 3-year starter in this tournament. Talking to Coach Taylor, really would have been a 4-year starter, but his freshman year, battling a football injury this early in the season and didn't get to play in the tournament.
I didn't realize that.
Pass intended for Contrell Johnson. Couldn't handle it, so turnover.
Well, we definitely have a packed house here tonight. This is, you know, typical crazy environment here at the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament.
You bet. So Brooks now to Harris. South Pim in 2-3. Finds Frankie Burden Jr. underneath. Left-hand scoop won't go. Rebound to Primer.
South Pim did a nice job there packing it in, not fouling. The drive.
Primer with the
Good
drive.
shot.
Nice looking shot there. Harris to Luster. Finds Burden. Brooks. Harris for 3. Won't go. Luster with the rebound. Got the defense off their feet. It looks like a foul. And Luster going to be called for the foul.
So far,
Primer.
Nice
Dish from Contrell to Trammell. Trammell with his second bucket. Here I am talking about it being a three-point shooter, and he scored both his buckets in the lane. Brooks, Luster drives, pull up, won't go. Burden Jr. with the rebound attempt, but he was fouled.
You know, so far, both teams have been really patient, setting up their offense. You know, not been that run and gun so far that we thought we might see early on.
Burden Jr. won't get the roll. Primer with the rebound. Dishes to Trammell. There's the three-point shot.
There you go, Ed.
So Jacob Trammell now, 7 points early in the ball game for the Bulldogs. Brooks to Harris. Luster now. Harris down to Brandon Primer. Can't handle the pass. Picked up by Wilburn, but his block by Luster out of bounds off Hayti. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. And number 5, Torrance Shepard checking in for the Bulldogs. Ball will be inbounded by Wilburn. Shepard does not get the roll. Stolen. Contrell Johnson's fouled. Foul's going to go against Harris.
Well, neck and neck so far, Ed.
Both teams still trying to find that rhythm. And here's Pressbury checking in. For the Indians. Johnson to shoot the second. Gets the roll on that one. And 21 checks back, or 31. Deshaun Pruitt checks in for the Bulldogs. Contrell Johnson to get a breather. Pressbury, a little strong. Burden Jr. going to be called for over the back, I believe. That's his first foul. 3 team fouls now against the Indians. 2 team fouls against the Bulldogs. Wilburn to bring the ball up. Cross court there to Shepard.
Deep three.
Trammell for 3.
And it's good.
Good. And we got a timeout. Hayti, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
I chose Three Rivers College. They helped me find the financial aid I needed. Classes are close to home. I'm experiencing the college life I want.
With locations throughout Southeast Missouri and over 200 course offerings, including online courses, Three Rivers can help you earn a college or career technical degree.
I chose Three Rivers College. You should too.
Enroll today. Learn more at trcc.edu or call 877-879-8722. Three Rivers College. Success starts here.
And we're back. Ball will be with the Indians, yes. It's inbounded by Luster to Pressbury. Kevin calling the game with Terry McVeigh the other night. This is Pressbury's first year with Hayti. And so he's still kind of learning Coach Taylor's system and everything else. But with every game, he gets a few more minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And Brandon Burden with his second bucket. And as a junior, he's just going to be a lot more valuable each and every game he plays for these Hayti.
Oh, yeah.
Primer call for steps there, so turnover.
Both these teams have got a chance to have an extended season and go long into the playoffs. You know, they've got the talent, competition in their class. They both could do big things.
Brandon Burden won't go for the baseline. Rebound Wilburn, but he loses his footing as he came down.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Bible for South Pem, now his dad, longtime Portageville coach, won several state championships there in Portageville.
And his brother is now an assistant coach at Poplar Bluff.
So the apples didn't fall too far from the tree.
No. Burden calls timeout, so Hayti, 30-second timeout. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
Are you suffering from gradual hearing loss? Well, visit the Audibel Hearing Centers in Dexter and Poplar Bluff for the latest in hearing technology. Audibel offers the wireless range hearing aid featuring the latest noise reduction system and virtually eliminates buzzing and whistling. Combined with the all-new SurfLink Mobile, Audibel hearing aids can make it easier to enjoy TV, music, cell phone conversations, and more. No wires attached. Stop by for a consultation and receive a new Kindle Fire tablet free with your hearing aid purchase. Experience hearing excellence with Audibel.
And welcome back. You do not see on the right side of your screen Coach Taylor getting final words in with his Indians as he draws up an inbound play. 3:01 to go, and 10 quick points from Jacob Trammell to give his Bulldogs a 13-9 lead here in the first quarter. Luster inbound, anticipated well by Glenn Jackson, is swatted away. Up top to Brooks. He'll set the offense now. Over to Luster. Luster for 3. Won't go. Rebound Pressberry, but taken away by the Bulldogs. Deshaun Pruitt, but then Glenn Jackson. Good defense, hustle back up there by the Indians, creating the turnover.
And it looks like the officials are letting them play a little bit at night, tonight. Which I like to see that.
You bet.
Yeah.
Especially at teams that like to get up and down the court. Burden, a little strong. Rebound Primer. Wilburn gets it back to Primer, and he splits the defense, goes up. Defended by Burden Jr. We'll see who the call's on. It is on Frankie Burden Jr., his second.
Well, I should have been keeping up with the rebounds, but I was about to say, just watching the game, I have to say South Pem looks like they're controlling the boards for the most part on both ends of the floor.
Primer gets the roll on the first.
Number 15, Devin Riddick's going to check in for the Hayti Indians. Along with
Devon
number
Riddick,
yep.
number 15, checked in for the Indians. Number 1, Jarvis Johnson, was already in. Let's see, Contrell Johnson back in for the Bulldogs. Primer to shoot the second. Count it. Riddick to shoot the three. Count it. Riddick brings that outside shot. Try to pull that defense, that zone out of the zone. Trammell with his 12th point of the game. Riddick hands off to Pressberry. Nice there. Shepard, Johnson splits the defense. Won't go. Rebound Primer. Gets the defense off their feet. Back up Primer. Won't go. Loses the handle. This time Johnson with the bucket.
Good second effort there by Johnson.
Riddick drives the baseline. Brandon Burden. Won't go. Rebound Primer. A minute to go here in the first quarter now. Trammell now. Back to Primer. Finds Contrell Johnson underneath. Won't go. Rebound Riddick. Pressed out to Pressberry. He's going to be fouled. Foul's going to go against Shepard, I believe. It is his first. That's the third team foul against the Bulldogs. 14 fouls against the Indians. Trammell gets a break. Luster up, but fouled by Jarvis Johnson. Be his second. Luster will go to the line, shoot two.
I can remember Luster having a very good tournament last year.
A little strong. Trammell checks back in for Jarvis. A little strong there. Rebound Burden. Rebound Jarvis. Guess at this time. So Jacob Trammell, his first foul. Luster's back at the line. In and out. Glenn Johnson gets it over to Wilburn. Guarded by Luster. Pull-up jumper. Won't get the roll. Rebound, long rebound there to Harris. Harris gets it out to Luster, looks at the clock.
South Penn's been a little sloppy their last two possessions.
A little impatient there.
Yeah.
Luster, the long three. It's a little strong. Rebound, Pressbury back. Won't go. So at the end of one, we got a 3-point game. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road 61 and Highway 9. Help is on its way.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to health. Apply Endzone to protect and increase nitrogen efficiency without killing bacteria. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yields. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
For more than 75 years, the law firm of Crowe, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP, has served the legal needs of Southeast Missouri. Located at 308 1st Street in Kennett, Crowe, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP is a full-service law firm providing representation in a wide range of areas, such as personal injury, workers' compensation, family law, criminal law, probate, business, and estate planning. For all your legal needs, call Crowe, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP at 573-888-4664.
And welcome back. Ball will be with the Hayti Indians. And, first quarter as far as offensively for the Bulldogs, counted all Jacob Trammell. He had 12 points out of the 19. He's had the hot hand, and there Riddick with the turnover.
And that was with Trammell not really getting a look the last 2.5, 3 minutes of the quarter.
A nice pass there, and Primer puts it away. His second bucket, 6 points in the game. Riddick, another steal. Primer does not get the roll, but he was fouled by Pressbury. A little short there. He'll shoot the second. Count it. He pushes the lead up to 6 points. Trammell there, good anticipation. That is 3 errant passes in 3 possessions for the Indians. Heads up defense by the Bulldogs. Wilburn won't go. Good defense there by Brandon Burden. No foul. Out of bounds off the Indians. Brooks. Over to Harris. Brooks to Pressbury. Splits the defense. Nice shot there by Indical Pressbury. His first bucket of the second quarter. Rebound Primer. Tries to give, polices that up. Won't go, but he was fouled.
Not sure how Primer ended back up with that ball. He dished it, and it bounced around, and he just happened to be there. Sometimes it's all about being in the right place at the right time, though.
And that foul on Demetrius Luster, his second. Well, they're saying only one, so I missed one somewhere. Or credited to the wrong guy. As Primer gets the first.
So we've got a 2-point ball game here, 23-21. South Pim leads Hayti with 6:32 to go here in the first half.
Okay, there we go.
Correction.
Well, I was looking, I was like, what happened? I missed a three-pointer, and nobody in the crowd even got excited about it. But now they're corrected. It's back to the 18 points. I am the unofficial scorekeeper, but my unofficial score now matches the official score.
So it is a 23,
and Primer with the second.
24-18 game.
Brooks back to Pressberry. Steps in, shot, count it. Pressberry starting to get warmed up here a little bit. That's 6 points in the ball game now. Wilburn. Jackson won't go. Off Jackson. Burden, Harris finds Riddick, blocked by Primer, policed up by Riddick. One too many steps before he dished it off.
Nice second effort there, but I got in a hurry.
Got his momentum going a little too much. Trammell gets it over to Johnson. Johnson misses the drive.
Just couldn't
Brooks,
finish.
Harris. Over to Brooks. Riddick. Brooke, Harris. Riddick, Harris. And now back to Brooks. Hayti showing some patience, trying to get it down low to the big guys. Try to pass between four defenders off the foot of a Bulldog, so it'll stay with the Indians. And number 31, Deshaun Pruitt checks back in, as well as number 4, Josh Smith, in for the Indians.
An interesting zone defense that South Pim's running. They're actually running a 1 or a 2 guard in the middle. He pops out to either side on the wing. Never seen it quite ran that way.
And Pressberry again won't go. Rebound Burden. Looks to spin, gets the, and goes up.
Good.
Count it. Brandon now with 6 points in the ball game.
It looks like Hayti's going to go to man-to-man. They've been in zone the entire first half.
Wilburn. Trammell splits the defense, jump stop, up, won't go. Pricked up by Pressberry, pushes it out to Harris. And the scoop. His first bucket of the ball game to tie this ball game with 4:23 to go. Out of bounds, off Brandon Harris. Oh, Brandon Harris, Burden going to be called for the foul. His first.
I hate to see him draw the foul there because it was excellent hustle on the part of Burden, but sometimes if you get there a little too late.
And with that, we got a timeout, South Pim. We're to take a break and be back. And welcome back. Oh, sorry, Kevin.
No, you're fine. We got 4:23 to go here in the first half, and we have a tie ball game, but these teams do match up well.
And Antonio Primer be at the line. Just got a text update from Scott Nelson. He's up there following the Lady Bearcats in St. Louis, where they played the number 1 ranked in Class 5A, Columbia Rockbridge. as Primer connects on the first. He is now 6 of 7 from the line. And real quick after this shot, we'll give you an update on the Lady Bearcats. Make it 7 of 8 now. But Lady Bearcats did fall to Columbia Rockbridge Lady Bruins. And actually, they're number 1 in Class 5A in Missouri, but number 19 in the country. Lost by 14 points, 56-42. Very outside, but played great. No had 16, and Cobb added 10 for the Lady Bearcats.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, you're playing one of the better teams in the country.
Absolutely. So, Scott, thanks for the update. And congratulations for a good ball game. Unfortunately, a loss for the Lady Bearcats. Their first loss of the year, I believe.
First loss of the year.
And again, to the number 1 team in Class 5A, a class larger than Dexter. Burden didn't get the roll. Now Trammell.
Good look by Trammell.
Got it over to Welborn, but couldn't convert. Rebound by Josh Smith. Pressberry to Harris. Riddick looks at the 3, gets it to Pressberry. Before the shot, he is fouled. Go against Welborn. His first. And 6th team foul against the Bulldogs. 17 fouls against the Indians.
They'll be in the bonus.
And so Kenyatte Brooks, number 1, back in the ball game for the Indians, as Harris will get a seat. And Contrail Johnson, number 34, back in for the Bulldogs. Riddick, Pressberry looking at the 3, steps in.
That's good.
Gets it. Now 8 points. Primer didn't get himself over the line. So turnover to the Indians with 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Riddick, head fake, finds Pressberry. Misses from the top block. Stolen by Johnson. Or Jackson, excuse me.
The speed that both of these teams possess is just amazing. I mean, they can get from one end of the floor to the other.
Pressberry short on the floater. Rebound by Pruitt. Trammell for 3. Won't go. Policed up by number 4, Smith. To Brooks. Steps in. Count it. His first bucket, second quarter, but 5 points here in the ball game. And as we approach 2 minutes in the first half, tie ball game. Primer, guarded by Burden. Trammell, guarded by Pressberry. Over to Jackson. To Primer. And back up top to Trammell. Bulldogs showing some patience, because they've been a little impatient on a couple of possessions tonight.
They have, but they're running their offense and looking for the best shot.
Nice move there by Primer. Kicks it back out to Trammell. Pruitt.
Good look.
Primer misses. Then loses the handle. Foul against Pressberry, his second.
So we're going to be shooting 2. I'd like to let everyone know if you're on the line about coming out to the game tonight, might as well kick back in the recliner and watch the ball game on YHC, because it's a packed house. I'm looking on both sides, and there's people standing behind waiting for a seat.
Cedric Herrick, number 21, checks in for Indians as Pressberry will get a break. Primer gets a break for the Indians as Contrail Johnson's back in. And there Pruitt with the second to break the tie. Cedric Harris, or excuse me, Kenyani Brooks to Cedric Harris. Back to Brooks. Harris finds Burden down low. Brooks up top.
You thought about it.
Smith, Brooks, spin, double teamed, spins again and finds himself free. Rebound by number 23, Jackson. Contrail Johnson up, won't go. Rebound Smith to Burden, and the left-handed lay-in.
Great job by Burden to avoid the charge. You know, he kind of moved his body in the middle of the shot, and that's a lot tougher to do than it looks.
30 seconds here in the first quarter, or first half. Wilburn to Jackson to Johnson. Jackson tried to get it out to Johnson, wouldn't go. Harris with the save. Scoop won't go, though. And Wilburn pushing the ball up the court, right through the defense. Off the glass, won't go. Riddick with the rebound. He's got Harris out front. This time gets the scoop for his second bucket. And that's the first half with a 3-point lead by the Hayti Indians. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the first half stats.
This game brought to you in part by Chris Brannon, your Dexter State Farm Agent, located at 912 North 1 Mile Road. Give him a call for a free quote on your auto, home, and life insurance needs. 624-1953. Chris Brannon wishes good luck to all this year's teams. And Doffer's Steakhouse in Dexter. Make a reservation for your New Year's Eve dinner with Doffer's in downtown Dexter. Dinner is from 4 until 10. Call for reservations. Live entertainment provided by Maggie Thorne, and it includes a 4-course meal. The meal has an option of a This game brought to you in part by A-Plus Family Clinic in Portageville, located at 203 East 3rd Street in Portageville. Family nurse practitioner Lorna Turnage and the staff are there to serve you. Give them a call for your next appointment, 379-2100. And Delta Auto Parts and Salvage in Portageville, specializing in domestic car and light truck parts, located on Highway 61 North in Portageville. Go online to deltaautoparts.com. Colin Darty and his staff are there to serve you. Delta Auto Parts and Salvage in Portageville. And Butler Drugs in Portageville for all your prescription needs. Stop by at 222 East Main Street in Portageville or give them a call, 379-5469. Also a great destination for gifts and jewelry.
over 12,000 financial advisors. Over $700 billion in assets under care.
Just move this away.
How did Edward Jones get so big?
Could you teach our kids that trick?
By not acting that way.
Okay, last quarter.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Deposit your check here. Or here. Or even there. Deposit your check wherever you are with First Midwest Bank's new mobile deposit. Just tap, snap, deposit. It's that simple. New mobile deposit from First Midwest Bank, serving the communities we call home.
At Glen St. GMC in Rector, we've been at the same location since 1954. At this location, we just had the GMC lines. That's why we're called the truck people. We have the all-new 2014 Sierras in stock, along with Acadias, Yukons, and Terrains.
My late grandfather, Glenn Sane, was always known as a top GMC dealer in the area, and we still receive top awards from GMC in sales and service, and that's something we're very proud of.
Glenn Sane, God bless our troops.
Hi, I'm Cecil Weeks of Quality Center here in downtown Malden, where we've been in business since 1977. We have the best selection of Whirlpool and Maytag appliances. We also have the latest LCD, LED, and plasma high-definition televisions from LG and Sharp, as well as the finest furniture for your living room or bedroom. And don't forget, delivery is available. So come and experience the Quality Center Furniture and Appliance Store in downtown Malden.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features.
New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
And welcome back. We got a couple minutes till we start this second half. Real quick before we get into the game too much, want to do a big shout out to Miss Barb Coons in Malden. She and her husband are up here faithfully every game, every year. Unable to come up this year, so we want to say hello to her. And glad she's watching. Hopefully she's enjoying the games. as well as can be in the comfort of her living room as she would here. But either way, Miss Barb, thanks a lot for watching, and we hope to see you out and about real soon. But, Kevin, we kind of talked about it before the game, what we thought we might see. A lot of up-and-down action. Hayti, a little trouble finding their shot first quarter, but then kind of reversed the trend a little bit, and then South Pemiscot having trouble there in the second quarter. But that first quarter, goodness gracious, they had Jacob Trammell who just came out on fire. He had 3 buckets and two threes for 12 points in the first quarter, and so really got them off to a fast start. But some good basketball. We got a 3-point differential. We're going to see some more exciting basketball. Ought to set up for a great game here this evening.
Oh, we definitely are. I mean, it could come down to, whoever has the ball last. And you're exactly right. I mean, Hayti struggled a little bit early on. South Pem missed several easy layups there in the second half, but great effort by both teams.
You bet. Real quick for the Hayti Indians, 5 points to Kenyatta Brooks, 3 points for Devin Riddick, 4 points for Cedric Harris, 8 points each in DeKel Pressbury and Brandon Burton, and then 4 points for Demetrius Luster. Frankie Burton Jr. on the bench since the first quarter with 2 fouls, no points. For the South Pemiscot Bulldogs, 2 points to Jarvis Johnson, 11 points to Antonio Primer. 7 of 8 from the free throw line was Antonio. 12 points for Jacob Trammell, 2 for Glenn Jackson, 1 point each to Sean Pruitt and Contrail Johnson. Contrail Johnson, they have his, they got the defense out on him because he, early up to this point in the tournament, he's been able to show he can score inside and out.
Yeah, he has.
And so to hold him to 1 point, tribute to that defense by the Indians. Bulldogs will have the ball to start the third quarter. Primer here.
Well, South Pem will control the ball here as we start the second half.
Number 1, Jarvis Johnson doesn't get the roll. Rebound, Luster. Burden up. Brandon scored. Primer now working against Burden Jr. Luster on Trammell. Johnson working against the younger Burden, Brandon. And he finds him a lane. He got around the defense.
And Ed, I just received a text from the Simmons household. Laura Simmons says we're doing a great job tonight, and she's enjoying watching us here on YHC TV. So we appreciate the Simmons tuning in.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot for the text. Brooks, Harris, Burden, Harris to Brooks, and Brooks will shoot the 3. In and out, won't go. Rebound Primer, and he'll push the ball down the court, or attempt to. Over to Trammell. Trammell finds the baseline. Jumper won't go. Short. Burden Jr. with the rebound. Luster now will push the ball up the court. He finds Brooks at the 3. Now Frankie Burden Jr. on the block. Luster spins up. In and out, won't go. Primer polices it up. 2-on-1. Primer take the left-hand scoop. Cuts the lead to 1. Harris thought about the 3. Brooks, Luster, good movement underneath. Found himself free. Rebound. We're going to have an over the back on Frankie Burden Jr. as he and Primer both went up for the rebound.
And South Pem, giving Burden a ton of respect. I mean, if you'll notice, they're not really popping out to defend the 3 so quick right now. I think they're kind of wanting Hayti to shoot that ball.
Well, you bet, and that's kind of been Hayti's game is they get the 2 twin towers there, Burden and Burden. They put them on each block. They shoot outside. They expect the Burdens to get the rebound putbacks, or if they drive the lane, they're right there for the tip backs as well. And South Pemiscot's done a great job of minimizing that. And Jacob Trammell with the 3.
And he had Luster all in his face. A nice shot by Trammell.
to give his teammates and his team a 2-point lead. Burden up, double teamed, Primer and Trammell. He's foul called, though. Foul against 15. That'll be Jacob Trammell, his second. Got to hope for a lot of timeouts here, Kevin, as Terry McVeigh was kind enough to bring me a couple of cookies.
Anytime you need to bite into them, just feel free. I fell to the weakness earlier and had a chocolate chip cookie, and Bloomfield always does a good job with their hospitality room.
You bet. Burden good on the second.
So we've got a 1-point ball game, folks. 36-35. The South Penn Bulldogs lead the Hayti Indians.
Primer now guarded by Burden. He gets around the baseline and the roll. Primer now with 15 in the ball game. Harris, Riddick likes the three-pointer as well. Is very capable of making them. Burden unable to handle the pass from Harris. Go back to the Bulldogs. Primer inbound to Johnson. Jarvis Johnson has Contrail, Johnson's in the ballgame, and he shoots the three. Count it. Contrail now with 5 here in the quarter. 6 points in the ballgame. Brooks loses the handle, policed up by Trammell out front to Johnson, and the left-handed lay-in. His second bucket of the ballgame. Luster. Wilburn going to be called for a little too much contact there. That'll be Wilburn's second. Riddick inbound to Brooks. Harris back to Brooks for 3. Nice looking shot there by Brooks. His second three-pointer of the ball game.
And we have a 5-point ball game, so both
the
teams
Bulldogs
battling.
Bulldogs have kind of crept out there to a quiet 8-point lead. The Primer, high arching shot, won't go. Put back up by Johnson.
I'd like to remind everyone, if you have friends or family that are out of the viewing area, they can tune in to SEMOSportszone.net. Watch us anywhere in the world. Ned, you and I have both done games where we've gotten texts from North Carolina, Alaska, Washington. I mean, it's amazing.
You bet, absolutely. Riddick, Brooks. Riddick wanted the 3, looked down low. Pressberry in for the Hayti Indians. Couldn't handle the pass as it was tipped by the Bulldogs, so it'll stay with the Indians. Riddick will inbound from underneath his own goal. Inbound to Brooks, over to Pressberry. And now Riddick. Pass a little high to Luster. Policed up by Primer, and he goes the length of the court. Pressberry going to be called for the block. That'll be Indequel Pressberry's third foul. Second team foul. The Primer will shoot 2. Connects on the first. Long on the second one. Nice rebound there by Jarvis Johnson. Contrail Johnson off the glass. His second three-pointer of the game.
Johnson's trying to get hot all of a sudden.
It's going to go off the foot of Hayti. Of Bulldogs. Stay with Hayti. Cedric Herrick checking back in for the Indians. Also up in the stands, sitting here next to me tonight, I got my good friends Russell and Audra Perry coming up from Steele. As their daughter's here cheering on her Bulldogs. Always fun to see the Perrys
And we've got a
Only get to see him
timeout.
once a year nowadays. It seems like
Good
it's always at
timeout,
this
but we'll
tournament.
be right back.
This game brought to you in part by MHJ Insurance. Stop by the Liberty Center in Dexter for a free quote on auto, home, life insurances. Give them a call at 624-6246. And Bank of Advance at 4 locations: Dexter, Advance, Bell City, and Chaffee. The Bank of Advance understands the preparation, practice upon practice, to get ready for the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. And they wish good luck to all the teams this year.
And we're back live here, Ed, with 3:06 to go here in the third quarter, and South Pem has built what I can remember is the largest lead of the night, 47-38.
9-point lead is the largest lead, I believe. You're correct. And with that 9-point lead coming out of the timeout, Frankie Burton Jr. back in the ball game for the Indians, as the Indians have another turnover. Contrail Johnson feeling it, but didn't get the three this time. Jackson with the rebound. Trammell to shoot the three. Won't get the roll. Burton can't handle the rebound. Jackson back up, won't go. Policed up by Brooks this time. Stolen by Contrail Johnson. Left hand from the baseline. Johnson now with 10 points this quarter to extend that lead to 11. Luster looks at the three. Skip pass to Brooks. Brooks for three. Count it.
Good.
That's Kenyatta's third three-pointer, second of this quarter.
South Pem.
Contrail Johnson gets it done again.
And here's a little of the run and gun. Hayti pushing the ball up the floor quick that time, Ed. Deep.
Brooks, or Harris rather. Long three, won't go. Luster the rebound. Off the Bulldogs. Substitutions. Number 5, Torrance Shepard in. Well as number 31, Deshaun Pruitt back in the ball game. And 24, Wilburn. Brooks to Harris. Out to Luster. Pressbury Jr., or Burton Jr., excuse me, his first bucket of the ball game. South Pem doing a great job double teaming him.
They are. And they're making him work for everything he gets.
Trammell for three. Won't go. Rebound Welburn and the putback. Anton's first bucket of the ball game to keep the lead back at double digits. Good there, anticipation by Trammell on the defensive end. Scoop pass, won't go. Rebound, Burden. Harris, Brooks. Brooks likes the three. His third one of the quarter, 4 for the game now. 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Johnson. Looks like the Bulldogs going to try to settle and run an offense for maybe the last play. Welburn gets over to Trammell. Trammell looks at the baseline, comes out, gets it back to Jackson, or Johnson. Blocked by Burton Jr. Stays with Johnson, stay with the Bulldogs. 18 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Anthony Primer back in for the Bulldogs. Jarvis Johnson to get a break. And Josh Smith in for the Indians. Pruitt unable to convert. Welburn up. Won't go.
Yeah.
Foul. Goes against Demetrius Luster. That'll be his third. 3 team fouls. And Wilburn to shoot 2 for the Bulldogs.
Little surprised that Hayti is not pulling Lester out at this point with 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. To prevent that fourth foul from possibly happening, but
well, they got him out I guess as a
Got him out to
safety,
do.
want him in there for his offensive abilities, I'm sure. As he is a big guy that can drive the lane and handle the ball as well as shoot from outside. And he's going to pull up for the three. Won't go. Bird with the rebound after the shot, no basket. So 46-54 after three. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
I chose Three Rivers College. They helped me find the financial aid I needed. Classes are close to home. I'm experiencing the college life I want.
With locations throughout Southeast Missouri and over 200 course offerings, including online courses, Three Rivers can help you earn a college or career technical degree.
I chose Three Rivers College. You should too.
Enroll today. Learn more at trcc.edu or call 877-879-8722. Three Rivers College. Success starts here.
Are you suffering from gradual hearing loss? Well, visit the Audibel Hearing Centers in Dexter and Poplar Bluff for the latest in hearing technology. Audibel offers the wireless range hearing aid featuring the latest noise reduction system and virtually eliminates buzzing and whistling. Combined with the all-new SurfLink Mobile, Audibel hearing aids can make it easier to enjoy TV, music, cell phone conversations, and more. No wires attached. Stop by for a consultation and receive a new Kindle Fire tablet free with your hearing aid purchase. Experience hearing excellence with Audibel.
And welcome back.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed tonight, really impressed, Hayti, South Pem, both smaller schools, but if you look at their bench, they're both carrying 12 players. So that says good things about both of those programs, that they're able to get the kids to come out.
Both, like you said, carrying 12 players. Both coaches, Hayti's got 7 players into the game so far, and South Pem's had 8 play. Burden Jr. dishes off, stolen by Primer. Blocked by Burden Jr., but back to Primer. He goes up, gets the bucket, and he's fouled.
Great awareness there by Primer. He didn't let the block shot get in his head and able to get the rebound from it, put it back up, and draw the foul.
And Burden.
No good. South Pem will come up with it. And Luster will pick up his 4th foul there, Ed, so not what you want if you're a Hayti Indian fan.
Luster now with 4 along with Burden Jr. And Contrell Johnson will shoot the free throw. Won't go. Out of bounds off Jarvis Johnson, so it'll go to the Indians. Devin Riddick checks in. Luster will get a breather.
Earlier in the game, got a text from Mr. Jody Larimore, also tuning in to watch us tonight from the comfort of his home.
Jody, a Holcomb Hornet,
Yes.
here the other night, seeing his Holcomb Hornets play. Got a chance to talk to him for a few minutes. Had promised to come up for a halftime interview, but he didn't show.
Never made it up.
Never made it up here. So, Jody, you owe us one. We'll save you halftime at the championship game.
That's right.
Tonight, so go ahead and get in the car. You got some rollers. You can get here in plenty of time. Kick out to Contrell Johnson, blocked by Burden Jr., policed up by Riddick.
Burden Jr. showing a little bit of his athleticism there.
And then the pass from Smith to Brooks, a little too hot. Brooks unable to chase it down. 6:41 to go in the ball game. Primer. Burden Jr. The Primer with the score.
I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with the play of Primer the last few possessions.
Primer now with 20 points in the ball game. He's also been 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Riddick, good looking shot there by Devin.
So with 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, South Pam's built a 12-point lead.
And Johnson
Making it
just
14.
driving through all the defense for his third bucket of the game. Split the defense, went around the defense, went beside the defense. And Presbury with the bucket, his first of this half. Primer, Contrail Johnson. Out to Trammell. Jacob turnaround. And the bucket. Jacob now with 17 points in the ball game. Hayti just not able to get a stop at the moment. But there's a three-point bucket by Josh Smith. His first points of the ball game. And we got a timeout, South Pam. With that timeout, we'll take a break and we'll be back.
What is your emergency? Need assistance at County Road 61 and Highway 9. Help is on its way.
Clear! There's a better way to jumpstart your soil back to health. Apply Endzone to protect and increase nitrogen efficiency without killing bacteria. Apply Prevent to increase phosphorus availability and reduce fixation. Better yet, use them both to get more from your fertilizer investment and see higher potential yield. Ag Explorer, your prescription for healthy soil.
For more than 75 years, the law firm of Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP, has served the legal needs of Southeast Missouri. Located at 308 First Street in Kennett, Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP is a full-service law firm providing representation in a wide range of areas, such as personal injury, workers' compensation, family law, criminal law, probate, business, and estate planning. For all your legal needs, call Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP at 573-888-4664.
And welcome back here, Ed. 5 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the ball game. Hayti's been able to make a few shots, but they still find themselves down by 11, 64-53.
A lot of time left in the ball game for a team like Hayti.
Oh, yeah, both these teams can put up points quick.
Jarvis Johnson working against Burden. Splits the defense, and he's called for the charge. That's a big-time charge taken there by Demetrius Luster with 4 fouls.
Yeah, it was.
That'll be Johnson's third personal.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're just tuning in, the Bloomfield Wildcats lost 58-50, but, you know, if you follow a lot of basketball around here, a lot of people happy to see Bloomfield be so successful in this tournament.
Oh, you bet.
They're a young team.
Johnson guarded by Burden. Burden, number 45. Frankie Burden has 4 fouls as well. 4.5 to go now in the ball game. Welburn working against Luster. Splits the defense. Nice screen there by Contrail Johnson, opening that up for Welburn.
And you can tell Hayti's starting to feel that the time's ticking down on the clock a little bit. You know, they're trying to push the ball up the floor, and they've made a few mistakes getting in too big of a hurry.
Welburn to Jarvis Johnson. Primer. Turns. Trammell unable to handle the pass. And we got a substitution as Presbury will check in for Josh Smith. Riddick, Harris, Presbury for 3, short. Policed up by Frankie Burden Jr. Won't get the roll, but he was fouled.
I'd like to say hello to the Dowdies real quick. Ben and Ellie Dowdy are tuning in to watch us tonight with Coach Dowdy and Miss Elena Dowdy, so we appreciate those guys. Hope they're enjoying their break.
Does not get the roll on the first. Terry McVeigh tossed out a trivia question in the last game. What 3 former Bloomfield Christmas Tournament players are currently on an NFL roster or an NCAA Division I football roster? Contrail Johnson and a bucket.
Well, I'd have to say the former Hayti Indian plays for the Atlanta Falcons. His name's slipping my mind right now.
Well, we're asking people to tweet in or email, text. And Terry's going to have the answer in the championship game. Let's see if somebody comes in with it. But, yes, you're on a good trail there.
That's a good one. I have no clue on the other two. The name came to me. All right. Time ticking away here. Under 3 minutes to go.
Trammell. Ball will go to the Indians. Riddick will shoot the 3. Count it.
Good.
And we got a timeout, Hayti. With that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back.
Over 12,000 financial advisors. Over $700 billion in assets under care.
Just move this way.
How did Edward Jones get so big?
Could you teach our kids that trick?
By not acting that way.
Okay, last quarter.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
And welcome back. It's the
Well, during the break, I got a little help from Steve Wyman on one of the names. So if you're out there, tweet in those answers.
Hayti here with the press as Jarvis Johnson tries to inbound the ball for the Bulldogs.
Still plenty of time left. They're going to need to stop South Pem.
Jarvis Johnson finds Jacob Trammell. 3 long. Rebound Frankie Burton Jr. And Demetrius Luster. Trammell.
South Pem now with a 70-59 lead with 2:15, and they get a steal.
Riddick loses the handle, policed up by Trammell. Welber now is going to slow it down as we approach the 2-minute mark. Harris going to be called for contact there. Harris with the steal. Welburn, the block, but the foul.
And Josh Dowdy just telling me, text me back, said he appreciated the shout out. He loves hearing his name on TV. So.
I'm sure he does. Josh does an excellent job with the middle school basketball program. The school loves him. The parents of the boys that play, very appreciative of what he's able to get done with those guys. And thanks a lot, Josh, for watching tonight. Harris doesn't get the roll. We got a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to the Bulldogs. Jarvis Johnson inbound to Primer. Pressbury gets the ball tied up.
That's a tough call to make. I mean, there's a lot of action going on at once, and it could go either way on that. So, fortunately for Hayti, it went their way.
Riddick will inbound the ball. Out to Brooks. Pressbury. Luster looking to drive, spin, won't go. Gets his own rebound, up, and gets the bucket this time, and he's fouled.
So we still have an eternity with 1:46 seconds, the way both these teams can score, and South Pem leads 70-62. And we have a timeout, so we'll be back right after this timeout.
Deposit your check here or here or even there. Deposit your check wherever you are with First Midwest Bank's new mobile deposit. Just tap, snap, deposit. It's that simple. New mobile deposit from First Midwest Bank, serving the communities we call home.
And during the break here, I was just looking at my phone and like to give a shout out to Meg and Molly Simmons out there watching us tonight. Appreciate that, Meg and Molly, and I'm sure Jack's right there with them. And then also Tim Temples said he appreciates watching me and you, Ed, from the comforts of his own home. And we appreciate them tuning in.
You bet. Thank you for the text also, guys.
And he's requesting that we cheer for the Bernie Blue the next game, so we'll just have to take the fifth on that.
Well, not saying we will or we won't. You just won't know it as we're not going to be announcing that game.
And Ed has some Kennett Indian blood running through his veins.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I don't see that
that's the alma mater. That's my hometown. My little guy Nate, though, he really kind of came of age watching Bearcat basketball back with Alex Flanagan and seeing them lose in the finals to Kennett. And so, Nate doesn't quite have the appreciation for the Kennett Indians that his daddy does. Primer with a spin, but he's fouled by Pressbury before he gets the shot off. But I think they'll say it's a foul in the process of. 4 personals now against Pressbury. Primer with 20 points on the ball game. And 31, Deshaun Pruitt checks in for Welburn. Primer shooting the free throw. Rebound Luster. Gets it over to Riddick. Can't handle it.
And Hayti shot themselves in the foot a couple times here in the fourth quarter where they've gotten a breakaway and turned the ball over.
Ball inbounded to Welburn. Foul Brooks. Get the clock stopped. Brooks is first.
So South Pem going to keep 2 players back to prevent the easy long ball and easy shot by Hayti as they lead by 8 with 1:33 to go.
Anton Welburn good on both.
Make that 9.
Now 3 of 4 from the line.
Both teams in the bonus, so we're liable to see a long 1:33 seconds here.
Riddick for 3. Won't go. Long rebound. Tipped by Frankie Burton Jr. Back to Riddick. Luster finds Riddick. Gets the baseline. He's fouled by Jacob Trammell.
These are two big free throws for Hayti. They could cut the lead to 7 points.
Short. And possession goes back to the Bulldogs. And Harris checks in for Riddick. Pressbury foul on Primer. And that may be 5 for Pressbury if it's called on him. So Josh Smith, number 4, in for Hayti. Primer with the roll. .21 for Primer now in the ball game. Make it 22. And an 11-point lead. Harris for 3. Won't go short. Rebound number 5. Terrence Shepard. And he finds Deshaun Pruitt in and out. Won't go. Like foul on Josh Smith on Primers. They both went for the rebound. And 53 seconds to go. Brooks, Luster, finds Burden Jr., spin, and the bucket. .36 seconds to go now in the ball game. That foul will be against Josh Smith, his second. South Pim in the double bonus now. And at the line for South Pim will be Torrance Shepard. His first point of the game. And good on the second. And there we go, 11-point ball game with 30 seconds to go. Luster will shoot the 3, won't go. Rebound Johnson, and he's fouled by Harris. Be Cedric's third.
I've received quite a few texts on our trivia question. A lot of people not able to figure out that third one. And they wanted to give kudos to McVeigh on making that a tough one.
Well, when they finally hear from him too, they'll be pleasantly surprised. It's
also received a text from Kerry Caldwell. He had his own little trivia. Wanted to know what current coach has a Bloomfield Christmas Tournament championship and a state championship under his belt.
Did Hayti win the state title? So that'd be Coach Taylor. They did not win the state title a few years back. Hey, nice little bucket there by Antoine Books.
Thought it could possibly be Biden as an assistant, but
9 seconds to go. And Torrance Shepard to shoot again. And mass substitutions for South Pim as everybody else gets in the game.
And
number 11, Steve Wilburn. Number 4, Jabari Heron. Or 14, excuse me. Number 21, DJ Jones. Number 30, Andreas Gonzalez. And number 25, Mike Smith. Harris with the ball. Brooks for 3. Won't go. Rebound, Bird Jr. Count it. And that's your ball game. Congratulations to the South Bend Pemiscot, 77-69. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the game stats.
This game brought to you in part by A Plus Family Clinic in Portageville, located at 203 East 3rd Street in Portageville. Family nurse practitioner Lorna Turnage and the staff are there to serve you. Give them a call for your next appointment, 379-2100. And Delta Auto Parts and Salvage in Portageville, specializing in domestic car and light truck parts, located on Highway 61 North in Portageville. Go online to deltaautoparts.com. Colin Darty and his staff are there to serve you. Delta Auto Parts and Salvage in Portageville. And Butler Drugs in Portageville for all your prescription needs. Stop by at 222 East Main Street in Portageville or give them a call, 379-5469. Also a great destination for gifts and jewelry.
At Glen St. GMC in Rector, we've been at the same location since 1954. At this location, we just had the GMC lines. That's why we're called the truck people. We have the all-new 2014 Sierras in stock, along with Acadias, Yukons, and Terrains.
My late grandfather, Glenn Sane, was always known as a top GMC dealer in the area, and we still receive top awards from GMC in sales and service, and that's something we're very proud of.
Glenn Sane, God bless our troops.
Hi, I'm Cecil Weeks of Quality Center here in downtown Malden, where we've been in business since 1977. We have the best selection of Whirlpool and Maytag appliances. We also have the latest LCD, LED, and plasma high-definition televisions from LG and Sharp, as well as the finest furniture for your living room or bedroom. And don't forget, delivery is available. So come and experience the Quality Center Furniture and Appliance Store in downtown Malden.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features.
New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
This man has an accomplished research and analytical group at his disposal. But even more impressive is how he puts it to work for his clients.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thanks for meeting so early.
Oh, it's not a big deal at all. Come on in.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
And welcome back. I'm Ed Gargas alongside my good friend Kevin Bishop here. You're watching the 57th annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament live. We just concluded with the third place game. Congratulations again to the South Pemiscot Bulldogs, the number 4 seed, as they were victorious over the number 2 seed Hayti Indians by a score of 77-69. And Kevin, there was kind of that one point there midway through the third quarter. Hayti had 3 straight possessions where they passed the ball away, and all 3 possessions, South Pemiscot was able to turn those into points and really kind of quietly built that 6-8 point lead, and they just stayed there the rest of the game.
They did. I agree. I mean, if I had to, one key was consistency keeps coming back to me. I mean, first half, battled back and forth. In the second half, South Pem just didn't make the mistakes. Like you said, they, turned turnovers into points. They were making shots under the basket. They missed in the first half, made free throws, had big shots when they needed them. So congratulations to both teams.
You bet. To recap the scoring for the Hayti Indians, they were led by their senior guard, number 1, Kenyatte Brooks, with 16 points, 3 3-pointers in the third quarter to keep them in the ball game, 4 for the game. 3 points to Josh Smith, 8 points to Devin Riddick, 5 points to Cedric Harris, 10 points each to Pressberry, Burden, and Luster. 7 points for Frankie Burden Jr. as he found himself in foul trouble again in the first half and set a lot of the first half. But then South Pem came out. They attacked him, offensively when he was on the defense, picked up another foul, and he was sitting out most of the game in the third quarter. So, but as a team, only 4 of 12 from the free throw line, 33%. They leave 8 points at the line and lose by 8 points. You're not going to win a lot of games, especially close games. We say it every year, shooting 33% from the charity stripe. For the South Pemiscot Bulldogs, they were led by their senior, number 12, Antonio Primer, with 22 points. And then followed by the senior, number 15, Jacob Trammell, with 19. Trammell had 12 in the first quarter to really get the play started and give a small lead to these Bulldogs. That's followed up by the 17 points to Contrell Johnson. He had 12 points in the third quarter to kind of get the Bulldogs started coming out of the halftime.
Had a couple big threes.
Absolutely. Then 6 points to Jarvis Johnson. 7 points, to Anton Wilburn. 3 points to Torrance Shepard. 2 points to DJ Jones. And then a point to Deshaun Pruitt. As a team, 18 of 32 from the free throw line, 56%. But for the first quarter, the first half, they were 10 of 12. And so really kept them and got that lead there going into the first half. But again, congratulations, South Pemiscot Bulldogs. Want to ask you to stick around. In 5 minutes, we're going to have the championship game against the number 1 seed Kennett Indians against the number 3 seed Bernie Mules. This will be Kennett's 5th straight trip to the championship game. Won the first 3, lost a thriller last year to Holcomb. But again, for YAC TV, we want to say thanks for sticking around watching the games. Got one more to go. I'm Ed Gargas alongside Kevin Bishop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a bit.